Okay, today I want to take a look at Linux Mint 18.3. This is the Cinnamon desktop version. Linux Mint is, I just installed it on my computer and I have to say that I'm almost blown away by it. Everything just works. There's no tinkering, no real setup needed. I can see why so many people recommend this as the go-to beginner's distribution. For a beginner coming from Windows, well, I wouldn't say it's nothing is ever going to be identical to it, but this is a very easy to understand setup. You have your menu down here on the bottom left, system tray with your clock and volume and whatnot on the right. Different applications on your taskbar on the bottom. About as simple as Windows. Different icons on your desktop. Cinnamon desktop, as you can see here, takes quite a bit of memory. It's not one of the latest desktops that are out there, but it makes good use of the memory that you have. Everything seems to be quite snappy, works quite well. Let's go through some of the setup, some of the settings. Go to your settings. In your menu here, you can see you have your shortcuts, your favorites on the left here. It's for log out, for shutdown, reboot, for locking the screen. Your different shortcuts that you add, like if there's something I want here, I would want this be add to favorites, and it shows up over here. Okay, if I want to get rid of this, go back to it, in graphics, right click on it and remove from favorites. That's how you'd remove it. I thought I could right click on it here, but apparently you can't. That's not how it works. Okay, well, learning as I go along. So your system settings, you have things for changing your background, different effects, fonts, themes. I've customized a few little things in it. Put in this theme here, the Mint E Dark, rather than I think it comes stock with the white. No, that wouldn't be it. Linux Mint, there we go. That's how it comes. And a few other little things, window borders. Mint Aqua, Mint Y, and Mint Y. There we go. That's how I think it comes. No, this I think is the light version. There we go. That's how it comes set up when you first boot into it. But like I said, I made a few changes, but they're all quite easy to okay, this is to update the cache. They're all quite easy to configure and set up. You can see I changed my icons at the same time as I changed the theme. So backgrounds, effects, themes, accessibility, account details, add and remove new accounts. Applets, these are things that you could add to the bottom down here. I've added a few, as you can see. Got some different system monitors and whatnot. But if you want to add applets, you click on it, and then you can download, see what's available. Say yes, it'll update your cache. And you can say, okay, I want, like I've already added this weather one, icing. You can add different menus, CPU temperature indicators. There's quite a few you can get. Say I want to add this, I'd go, and that's going to add it to what I have here. So now if I want this menu, I click on it there, click add, and it adds it to my my taskbar down the bottom. If I want to move it back over here, I'd have to go enter the panel edit mode. Then I can take this and just move it to where I want. But I don't even want it, so I'll just remove it. Then to get out of the edit mode, just right click on your taskbar, click on that, you're out. So there's quite a few different little things you can add to it. You can have your desklets, like this here is a desklet that has my, it's basically a simple system monitor. I'll just click on it and it works the same way. Here's what you have available. You can download, say yes to update your cache, okay. And then you say I want this, I want that. I'll click on the arrow, it'll make it available to what I have here. And did that even download? I'm not even too sure. No, not yet. Not too sure what's happening. Oh, it's still downloading the updating the cache. So anyways, that's how you would do it. You have your different things that are available here. Click on the arrow to download it. And then to manage it, you want to add it to the desktop. I want to add a clock. Hit add. There's my clock. Now I can just click on it and drag it and put it wherever I want. If there's something to configure, you right click on it and then you can configure font size, text color, use a custom date format. You can use the different things you can set up there. And I want to get rid of that, so I'll just right click on it and hit remove. So that's for simple customizations and things you can do to it. There's still a lot you can play around with in the different settings. Screensavers, startup applications, setting up your panel, window tiling, workspaces. You can see this is something that I added. I want to go to this desktop. So this is an applet that I added to the taskbar. Go back to here. Okay. Setting up your different hardware, audio, Bluetooth, power management, things like that. You can configure it all here. Mouse, keyboard, graphics tablet if you have one. And for different administration, driver manager, if you need proprietary drivers, you can click on here. It'll search through your system to see what hardware you have and if there's a proprietary driver available for it, and it'll download and install it for you. Firewall, definitely recommend. You need to put in your password to access it. Definitely recommend turning this on. I'm not even too sure if I did. Yes, I did. When you start it up, it usually starts off in the off position, so you just click here to turn it on, and then it'll deny the incoming and allow the outgoing. So very simple firewall. It'll help to protect your system. Login window, software sources, users and groups. So that's your settings panel. Somewhat similar to the Windows control panel. You can see it comes with all the different accessories, has a USB stick formatter and a USB image writer. So if you download another Linux ISO file, you can easily burn it to or write it to a USB stick to be able to boot from it to install a new system. So that's quite handy. Passwords and keys. Games, I added a few little games. I'm not even sure if it comes with any games at all. But anyways, these are the ones I added. Graphics comes with GIMP, Pix, Shotwell, and a simple scan. Internet, it comes with Firefox as your default browser. I downloaded Google Chrome. You can just go to google.com and download the .deb file, and then you can install it quite easily that way. Office comes with a full LibreOffice suite. Sound and video, I added this vocal screen, which I'm using to record this video with, but it comes with your media player, rhythm box, and VLC. Wine comes pre-installed, so you can install many Windows programs. And then you get to your administration, backup tools. This is what I think is new in this version, is their backup tool. I haven't really played around with it too much, but from what I've read and what I've seen, you have your time shift and your backup tool, which make using backups a lot easier. I haven't really played with it that much, as I said, but I've heard a lot of positive things about it. Easy to use and set up, and works quite well. So if I'm wrong, then it's not. I could be wrong. Like I said, I haven't played with it myself. Then your preferences, which is basically the same thing as going to your preference control panel thing. So you have all your different preferences in the menu this way. And then places for all the different documents, music, downloads, whatnot, if you want to go to it directly, or you can just download on your file manager. And the file manager is Nemo. It's Linux Mint did a really good job, like I say. Everything feels unified, feels smooth, works together quite well. I can see why it's so highly recommended, and I personally, for a beginner, highly recommend it. Works quite well. You have your Mint Software Center, if I can find it, Software Manager, I believe that's it here. There we go, your Mint Software Store, which is, it's similar to if you have Android and you have your App Store, your iPhone with your iOS App Store. Most Linux distributions have a similar setup, which is you get all your programs from the App Store. There's very little that's available outside of it. So when you have a very complete App Store, it's quite a bonus. It's a big thing. And this with Linux Mint being based on Ubuntu, you have access to all the Debian, Ubuntu, and also some specific Linux Mint software. So there's a lot available in here. You can go through it, and there's like thousands and thousands of things. A lot of games you can get. These are editor's picks, of course, and then you have your different categories for accessories. Say I want this DVD. Click on it, and then you'll have a small little description of it, some screenshots showing how it works, and you also have reviews, people saying very good program, etc. They rate it with a different star system. If you want to install it, just click on install, and then this will let you know what the dependencies are that it's going to install at the same time. I'm not going to bother installing it. I'm not even too sure what I clicked on, so I'll just hit on cancel here and then go back and go back again to the main page. So accessories, fonts, games, graphics. There's, like I say, tons and tons of stuff available. Have flat packs available as well. Click on there. You can see everything that's there. So like I say, software, you're not going to be lacking. It's one of the more complete software app stores or app centers or software centers that are available. So I can see why it's highly recommended. I highly recommend it as well. Very smooth. It takes a little bit of memory. It helps if you have a more recent computer. If it's something a little bit older, it should still work. I should have looked this up. I'm not too sure what the minimum system requirements are, but I'm sure even if you have something that's, a Core Duo, Core 2 Duo, minimum should run it quite well. You need at least a couple of gigs of RAM, I would think, just looking at the memory that it's using, just at basically at idle here with this vocal screen recorder running. So I think it runs at about 850, 900 megabytes of RAM just at idle. So it is a little bit memory hungry, but makes good use of the memory that you have. Okay, that'll be it for today. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.